it's Bud from b.a.m Effects, and I just decided, I was like, I'm bored, I want to do some makeup. You know, normal people watching TV. No, I decided to slit open my throat. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be using prosthetic grade silicone, and we're going to slit right open right around here. And obviously you can do this with latex. There's tons of different materials out there that you can study from and YouTube tutorials, but I'm just doing a time lapse. I'll tell you about all the stuff that I'm using, but it's more or less just to kind of see how it looks with the finished product and over time. So here we go. So as you can see, we've got kind of the remnants of everything going on here. Let's see if we can. You know, it still kind of looks like, you know, globs of colored goo or whatnot on here. So what I'm going to do is take 99% alcohol, blend a couple edges, like up here I kind of see flaring up, so I'm going to blend that down into the skin, a couple other spots, and then from there, let's get you all the way out here, we can start coloring. But I'm going to make sure that I like it. I've got some good depth in here. We're going to shadow out and blood, and the skin flaps are going pretty well. So that is the next step. The coloring of the prosthetic here with the silicone. We've got some good kind of blendings going on here. I still got to do a little work, but the way I look at it is we needed a quick gash. We're on set. It's an indie film, so now I need to make sure we are blood colored, and we'll go from there. So the next step is blooding, final touch-up, final setting, and then the film.
When you
Okay, so I've used a bunch of different bloods. I've used a squirt blood on here. I've used gel blood, and then I've also used a stage blood. And it just kind of shows all these different colors, all these different, you know, textures, chunkiness, and at the same time trying not to cover up any of the prosthetic, but I'm also trying to make sure that it looks wet and fresh. I'm going to go downstairs, splatter where I would think some of the cool neck splatter wedge, and it's going to help blend the piece in a little bit more, and then we'll take a little better, closer look at the prosthetic and the piece and how it looks. So, by the way, if you're doing this at home, I would suggest the same thing. Put plastic down. If you're not used to bloods or you've got carpet or something, don't stain it. You've been warned. I'm going to do a couple more touch-ups of blood here. I really want kind of a fling strand where it just must have done a gush across. So I want to make sure that's a little more realistic. And I'm going to do a little bit more here. See, silicone's really cool because it also moves with you. It's got great movement. It was quick. The only difference, if you've never used silicone over latex, some people might be asking, latex is cheaper. Silicone is a lot more expensive. It's also a little more fickle because if you don't mix it right, because it's part A, part B, you could screw it up and then have to keep doing it, and that's just a waste of money. But I really like it. It's fun, it feels weird, it's got a great texture, a great look to it, and I think for just a boring night, I think our neck cut slash, however you want to call it, turned out pretty good. So appreciate you watching, and try to get more of these up, and good luck and happy makeup.